Hello, my little munchkins, my little crones, and my little chickens. Well, finally, baby Crone is at the end of her what?
Semester.
Yes, and she's doing finals. So you have one to do today.
Yes.
So I have been letting her study. So we are late, but we are not going to be late anymore. So we're going to get to it. So I hope your day, this is early in the morning. This is about 8 o'clock. I hope that you had a wonderful sleep, and I hope everything been for you for at least Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. And of course today, I hope everything with you is a grand, marvelous day. So let's just get on with it, baby. Oh, by the way, there has been some new people in this show. So
yes.
Babe, what's going on? What's going on? Talk to us about the Housewives of Atlanta, Roa.
Yes. Well, all I can do is start from the very beginning of the episode where we got to hear about Cherie and apparently Montel getting a relationship together or on like friendly terms, however they want to call it. It was kind of sad to hear about Candy and her problems with Todd and their marital problems, but Candy, you gotta stop working too much.
I think Candy is chasing that dollar. Todd is chasing that dollar, and it's becoming the root of their marriage. No time. And you know what I don't understand about people is, when do you get enough? You got your son working.
Yes.
You know, your son working,
I said it was a cute commercial.
It is a cute, very cute. He has skills. And, but you know, Candy, she's, I'm a laugh because I like Candy. But I gotta say this before we go on.
Okay.
It's been a fashion show with
Yes,
Candy.
it has been a fashion show.
Every time she's on camera, it's a new hairstyle.
New hairstyle.
New Candy, I don't know.
To match the looks.
I don't know. It's too much. And I love you, Candy. I love you, and I'm your fan. But I'm starting to see you're too much. It's like you're too much of money. You're flashing money, and that's not who I'm used to seeing you are. You know, I got a glimpse of Candy skipping a little bit when she said, "I'm a hit, but you." That's Candy. But also, Candy was never like that. It's like now she's wearing her money. I don't know who this is.
That is true.
I don't know who this Candy is. Yes. So she's gotten swept away. It's like when Nene got swept away like that, she got cocky. I don't see Candy getting cocky as much as she's in your face all the time. That's just my opinion, and I do like Candy, but I have to say it the way I see it.
And to see that Todd wants to keep opening up restaurants to fund his movie production.
Yes, I can see all that, but it just seems like they are just
working too much.
Y'all working too much against each other, and if you keep going on like this, I don't see how y'all can last. No. Because right now, y'all got a big old dent in your marriage where the right woman, because Candy don't have time for a man, but the right woman, because Todd is out there, and your eyes ain't really on him, really. You're out chasing that dollar for that fame. At 40-something years old, you still trying to be a movie star. Girl, I don't understand it, but go for your dream. But, girl, you should think about these things. This is what I'm saying. Sometimes it's just best to be single. But you got a family, and you need to put your family first. You and Todd, actually.
Yes, you both do. And they had a family, not like a family meeting, but they had met up at Blaze. And didn't somebody get shot at one of their restaurants?
Yes. That's a travesty. I've heard about that, but I wouldn't make fun. I can't say the restaurant is not good because of that. Maybe the location, like Candy said, is hit at hard times because of Corona. But I mean, food is food, and food is good. And bad things happen even in the best of neighborhoods. So I ain't feeling that. However, maybe they may want to move, or we'll see. But if it calms down, you got a good restaurant, you can hire, you can have a thing to come in and see. Nobody can't come in with no weapons.
Yes,
true. It could be done, you know.
Well, speaking of which, let's talk about something major that happened in the episode between Kenya and what was it? Was it Sonia?
No, it wasn't Sonia. It was that new girl. A new girl that Candy said she didn't know. Well, she knew of her. It's like
Courtney.
Courtney, that's a new person. Put a picture up.
Yes.
I don't know Courtney. I don't know if she knew. I don't think I watched all of Atlanta last year. I was back and forth. But because now, I'm kind of getting established, and I know I like doing reviews. And when I'm not doing reviews, I'm reading cards. So I really like doing the reviews. So her, and I don't know, it's just that old thing, like somebody new or relatively new, you want to challenge something. You don't want to challenge. I'm telling you, there are two people that I would say you don't want to challenge. I mean, in my opinion. Okay. And that is Candy for sure and Kenya. They just go like pit bulls. They just don't care if they lose. They just grab a hold of. They don't know how to back up. And the girl that was with Candy, the thing with Candy is I have yet to see Candy. But I saw Todd right there, like in the back, like, snap. Oh, ginger snaps. Let me cool down the beast. Because I think if somebody, Candy is like her mother in a sense. Because if somebody is not there, I think Candy will actually lose it and hit but somebody.
Yeah, I mean, she did say it.
I thought that was so funny, but it's real talk. So, and this girl is like a chihuahua.
I know, head bouncing like, I'm going to tell you.
and the girl, what was the other girl? She was there before. What's the Jamaican girl? The Jamaican.
Oh, yes, Sonia.
Sonia was there, and Sonia to me instigated. Yes, and I felt like, Sonia have a little thing. I don't know why they gotta pick on each other or find fault to be relevant. I think that you should have told Candy, but you was talking behind Candy back.
Yes, you were.
And Cherie, y'all were doing it. I love Cherie. Cherie is Cherie. Y'all newcomers. Cherie already knows. She know the deal. So she could do that and bounce back. But you new people, y'all not looking good. And besides Sonia, she not one of my...
I don't have much to say about her besides
that's what I'm saying.
I like the party that she had threw for her husband.
Yeah.
It was I like the era she chose. It inspired me to want to dress up like that a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of which, just a side note, because Candy made a comment saying, going back to Candy and her money flaunting. She was just like...
So you think she's flaunting her money?
Oh, yes, because she said, this is a nice party. It's not a Candy Burr's production, but...
Yeah, she's getting a little cocky. Yeah, she is. Go ahead.
But, so how do you feel about Kenya and her new boo?
I like Kenya, but they haven't really gotten into really exposing. We have a glimpse of him, and that's it. I want Kenya to have somebody and be happy. However, I don't understand why this divorce is taking all these years. She's been married ever since 2019. Yep. So that's like 2019, 20, 21, 22, 23. That's 4 years. Come on now. Come on. I don't know why y'all giving the lawyers all y'all money. Y'all didn't stay married. Y'all got married in a fever for a baby, whatever. Kenya, come on. This ain't cool. Ain't cool.
And also, speaking of which, Cherie and Kenya having a beef because because Kenya wanted to be a nice friend and be like, hey, I want to tell you that your partner that you're interested in DM'd me on lightweight, as she said.
What I feel is though, I do kind of understand both sides of the story. You could have told her that off camera, but that doesn't work that way because you need a storyline. Yes. I get that. So you've had this for what, a year?
Yeah. Apparently the message was sent 2 years ago.
2 years ago. So you're bringing it up now. Why? That is just a camera move. And I adore Kenya, but that's a camera move. Why did you do it? Why you didn't say anything? I know she never opened up the message. Nope. However, she did talk to the girls, and the girls said, you are to go and tell her.
Yes,
they did, and she did mention it, and I guess better late than never. So I do appreciate her doing that. However, for whatever reason, I don't think the guy should have said an insult.
Yes,
sometimes the most manly thing to do is just walk away.
Yeah, there was a double wrong there. One, it brought out a side of Montel that Cherie should see and everybody else.
But she don't want to see it.
No.
And I did understand for the first time, honestly, I understood what Kenya was saying. She was saying, he don't even really know me. And he just I was just being cool. You know, this is a part of what we do.
Yep.
But you know what, you're going to call me or see you next Tuesday. And she said, I didn't deserve that. In other words, you calling me some kind of whore.
Yes.
I didn't appreciate that. And that's disrespectful. You know, I get that you may be a little offended and all that. But to call a woman a name, a woman you don't even know, to hurt me because you're hurt, that will definitely, I can see that he has no respect. So if you get him angry, Cherie, you're going to get that. I understood that for the first time. You're going to get it. And as petty as it sounds, you have to set a standard for yourself to say, no, you're not going to talk to my friend like that. And not me. But she could be, she's into this guy. And she's being blinded by his bad behavior. And it is bad behavior. He could have said, well, you know what? You could have said something about this 2 years ago. But like she said, they weren't together. She ain't know anything until she brought him in. Mm-hmm. So it's like, and she never opened up the message. So all of it wasn't there. And that's what Cherie shows me that she's really thirsty for love. Mm-hmm. And that no matter what, it feels good to be loved. It feels good to be made love to. It just feels good. And so therefore she's living in la la land. And she's not caring about what happened to the wife. She's not caring about what anybody says. And this is her downfall. She's so desperate and thirsty for love that she's not looking at the pitfalls. I even see that with him. She's full thrown and I will give up my friend before I give up this man. When you in a position like that, you need to say, hold up. Hey, you need to hold up. Yes. You need to back up, hold up, and listen, really. Because now you're in an argument over something trivial that didn't have to be. That's when you begin to say, okay, this is something not right.
And she didn't have to bring him in like that. Sure.
Yeah, she shouldn't have never brought him into the conversation. But I don't think that she thought he would act that way.
That is true.
And because of that, she needed to check him, boo, but she didn't. And because it would have been nasty because she didn't want to lose him. She didn't want to lose her good thing. And I get that. But just because you get something, don't make it right. Because Kenya is your friend. And you could have said, but she said she didn't hear him say it.
Oh.
But the camera showed she did. She just probably didn't absorb it because she was probably taken back. And you can't be angry for Kenya saying, I don't even want to know him.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's fair enough. Mm-hmm. You call me a whore, I don't want to know you. You call me and see you next Tuesday, I don't want to know you.
Right.
You know?
You slid in my DM.
You slid in my DM. And I get that. So,
Yep. Next, we're moving on to Drew, where she's trying to start her I'm not sure if she's made music before, but she wants to put out an EP.
Well, she did put out music. I really liked the song I heard. And Candace Dillard from Potomac offered her to sing. That was really wonderful that Candace did that. That's really, really nice, you know, because I do like Candace, you know. I just can't stand her mouth, but I do like her. I do. I don't want her gone from the show.
The question I want to know is Drew and Ralph really getting a divorce? Like,
that's what I understand, but I don't know. See, we could be before time. This stuff is old. So as I understand, they are divorced. And from what I understand too, Sonia and her husband had problems. So we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. You know, that's what happens when you get them now on everybody talking.
Yes.
I said that. I think it should be some kind of thing where they can't talk about the show. They just can't. Just leave us up for let the commentators go and do it. But the people in the show, they ought not to be allowed. Candy ought not to be talking about it. I just think they need to let it go.
Yes.
Because they ruin it really for me. You know?
They do. One thing I noticed is Marlo was not in a lot of the episodes so far.
She was there.
Like in the background.
Yeah, but she was there. She was there with her sons, her nephews. She was there.
Oh yes, that's right. She was good.
Yeah, she had counseling.
Coach.
Yeah, she had life coach. She was there, but at the party, Marlo was like this.
Yeah, she was. She was listening. She was like, "Oh, this is what it's like."
And that was funny. But one of the things that I see, these girls are getting kind of big, and they're looking kind of older.
Oh.
I'm starting to see their age on all of them.
Yeah,
outside the new girls, because I don't know them, but I'm starting to see it on Candy. I'm starting to see it on Marlo. Kenya look good because she keeps her weight down, but some of these girls are getting too thick. They really need to think about what they're eating. I can understand Candy, because Candy around all these restaurants, and Candy love to eat.
Yes, and tasting the food.
And Marlo loves to eat. She around live food too. So I'm seeing that these girls are starting to get really thickums. So I'm just saying that out of just, now you know the camera put like 7-8 pounds on you, so I understand. So, well, what else we have?
Those are like the really big details that we've had to talk about in the show. Other than that, we can just find commentary to talk about.
So what would you like to talk about? What is something that you would like to talk about?
I would like to talk about how so far in this, and it really feels like one big episode because it was a beat.
That's why we waited
to be continued.
Right. So it was one that fight bled over. Mm-hmm. I mean, the party.
And then, like after the party, we saw the aftermath of the party of Kenya trying to talk to Cherie at her warehouse, and it didn't really go over too well.
I just feel like, for me, I don't know how I can be friends with somebody who called me to see you next Tuesday. I don't know how I can do that. However, for my friend, I can be cordial. But don't, so that already, when she said, I don't like him, I can't be, that already put a bridge between you and me.
Yeah, that is true.
Mm-hmm. Because if I give somebody no need you inviting it because you don't like them. So, I don't know. I hope that they can fix that somehow. Because really, at the end of the day, Kenya, in my opinion, you told her, you don't have to hate on him. You could just say, if that make you happy.
Yeah, that's true.
If it make you happy, I'm happy for you. And I think it isn't like that. They just got to find fault. And sometimes a person got to keep doing something until they learn. And this is the kind of man that Cherie is attracted to. So it's nothing you can say but let it burn, And hopefully it'll turn around. But she got a hunk of a man. A hunk. She does. She's got a hunk of a man. And far as she's concerned, she got the 10. She's got the 10. And I mean, he breaking her back in a good way. He's ironing out the cobwebs. You see, she looking better, dressing better, her clothes. He's bringing out the good. Sometimes you just need love in your life.
Yep, she said that.
She got her glow back.
Glow.
She got that glow. She don't look downtrodden. She looking young. She looking all. I'm serious.
Like you say, she got that pimp juice.
She got that pimp juice. She doing good, right? She like, hey. Her booty is up and pump. She wearing it. She's dressing back. She back. Hello, Sheree. We miss you. Yes. So if he's doing that for her, for whatever long it takes, I'm for it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because at the end of the day, that's her life.
Yeah.
And if I pick a man, you don't have to like him. I like him. But if you like me, work with me. You don't have to like him, but just respect him when he's in the presence. Mm-hmm. And I think Kenya could do that. But Kenya shouldn't have called him a piece of shit, though.
That is true.
She called him a effing piece of shit. Mm-hmm. That's not cool. And he shouldn't have said what he said.
Yes,
but
they
both were wrong, and I'm admitting that they were, because Kenya is like almost can't do no wrong for me, Same thing with Kenya and Candy. They my favorite, is clear. However, and then Sheree. Those three. But mainly it would be Kenya and Candy. Those are it. And I'm so happy that they are close and they're not beefing. I don't know what to do with myself. So I'm happy for that, because my two favorite. What I love about Sheree, she can come in and out because she's just an old head.
Yeah, I like
and
Sheree.
She just do it. But she's not being the bone carrier. But Sonia is being the bone carrier.
Oh yes, most definitely.
And when you the bone carrier, 9 times out of 10, you about to get deuce from the show. Yes. You about to get deuces. Why? Because nobody want to film with you.
Yeah, especially Candy, because Candy felt like you were there and you heard Sheree talk about
and you didn't stand
up.
but you laughed and participated, and then you come back like I didn't have anything to do with it. That's not cool. And so it's never good to be a bone collector, because they always, when it's time to get a boot, you get the boot, you know. So I don't know. It was something I wanted to talk about. What else was on it? It was something that was on my mind.
You did, well, funnily enough, we wanted to talk about Kenya's hair, the one where she had the hairstyle.
Oh my God, no. No.
Yeah.
Whoever did that,
Kenya, no.
whoever did that, same thing with Candy with the bush. And those glitter things on the eye. Whoever y'all doing the most.
Yeah, you really are doing the
You're
most.
You're doing the most
show
right now. Like, I'm trying to figure out, am I looking at what? Am I looking at some kind of resemblance of Beverly Hills? Am I looking at a fashion show?
Yes.
I didn't know what I was looking at. Every time I saw Candy,
yes.
she had a new look and a new hairdo.
Yes.
I was like...
Even when filming for different scenes, not even the confessionals. One day it's a braid, one day it's a bush, one day it's a ponytail.
Okay, it's like, you wearing that money, we feel you, but honestly...
And the question is, how does she have the time to do this and not get it on camera?
I don't know. I mean, maybe... I'm just saying... It's over the top. I've never seen like that. Maybe it was like that. I never observed it. I'm going to go back and look. It's just too much. It's just too much. Because it just seemed like a fashion show in a sense.
It does feel like a fashion show.
It's like too many changes.
Yes.
Because I was getting mixed up with, you're at the restaurant, you got a new look. You're crying with the girls, you got a new look. You here, you got a new look. You got a new look. In the hair, it was just too much. It's just too much. For me. Mm-hmm. I don't know if anybody noticed it. Too much. It just seemed too fake. It didn't look natural. It just looked like costume change. Oh, I'm wearing this. Oh, I didn't particularly care for it. Not my opinion, but that's just my opinion. But I still love me some Candy, mm-hmm. And I hope if she ever hear, you take it as corrective criticism. Yes. Don't do too much. Don't do the most. That's what most people do when they really flying in that money. They do the most. You don't have to.
Yeah.
And it seemed like, and I have to admit, from the 2 episodes, it just seemed, and it may not be that way, but it just seemed like this is the Candy hour.
Yes, that's exactly what it feels like.
It did feel like that. And we don't want that. We don't want that because it's not the Candy, it's all the girls.
Yes.
So that's what it felt like. And I love you, Candy, but that's what it felt like. And I hope when you sit back and look at it, you could see it too.
Yeah.
Oh.
And lastly, I would just like to talk about how, going back to Sonia, because we got to hear a little bit about her family, because she was talking about how her mother was like her manager, her sister did her hair, so she brought everybody up with her. And her sister complained that she doesn't have any boundaries or know how to set schedules with people, and that might be a problem, and Sonia doesn't see it.
Well, first of all, what I think what Sonia is saying, I took care of you. This is how it's coming off to me. I took care of you. Y'all been with me. That's the least you can do. And that to me is a bad attitude. Because I think what her sister's saying, you call us all hours of the night.
Yes.
He's not busy. So since was that her boyfriend or husband?
That was her brother-in-law.
No.
Yeah, the guy that was her assistant.
Was that her sister?
Oh, yes, that was her sister.
Her sister's husband? Because
yes.
she defended him, right?
Yes, her sister's husband.
Because she said now that he's not busy, so you're going to find something for him to do?
Yep.
Yeah, I felt that. Like, we here, but you treat us, and the mother don't want to go back to Florida. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's flaunting. See, that's another one. And at first, I was like, be grateful. But when you're putting out, and like she said, you'll call me late at night to come and take a wig out your head. Yes. I understand that. My husband, he ain't busy, so you're just saying, find something to do. I can understand what she's saying. You're treating us like peasants right now, like you above us. That's what I'm saying. if you're not careful, fame will go to your head because you do feel invincible. You start feeling like, I'm above this. You just get lost in it. And I'm hoping that they could see it and bring it back down.
Yes.
Come on, y'all getting a little too carried away. I really see it. I really do.
But I can't wait for the rest of the season to see how they all
want to work out. As far as that girl, the woman, what was the woman that was arguing with Candy and she said she'll hit butter?
Courtney.
I didn't like Courtney.
Yeah.
I didn't like her. I mean, I don't like anybody that's thirsty. That you just want to find something to argue with me. I don't like it. You come off too desperate, too thirsty. That's my opinion. So I already...
And then put words in Candy's mouth. She was just like, I'm not clout chasing.
And
he was like, I didn't even say he was clout chasing.
Right. And I didn't... Right. And for that, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. So I just feel like when they come off like that, they come off too desperate.
Yes.
So I ain't feeling her. The other ladies, I don't really know like that. But what is the one that we just said? What was her name? Sonya, put a picture up of it for her. I not Sonya. We know Sonya.
Yes.
She's old. The new girl.
Okay.
Courtney. I didn't feel her. I don't like anybody that come in like that.
That is true.
Not with this group. You don't want to argue with nobody on the first day. That's just not good. Not with this group. Not with Kenya. Not with Candy. Not with Sheree. Not with Marlo. You just don't want to come in and mess with the old timers. Just not
but
like
I got
that.
where Candy came from. Even if we are in the same social circle, if we've never actually talked and
like a hi or blah blah. I don't know you. It's like Candy meet a lot of people. I was definitely on Candy's side for that. Because that has happened to me once, someone asked me, did I remember them? I didn't remember them. It was like 25 years ago prior to, and that person had resented me because I didn't know them. Years have gone by. I hadn't seen you since high school. I'm now, I don't remember. But people get offended over things like that, right? Because you don't remember me. And she got offended because she didn't
remember.
But you remember me. I left an impression on you. You didn't leave an impression on me. So it isn't personal. So that's that. Yep. So what else we have?
That's pretty much it.
That's all?
Yes, that was the 2 episodes that we had to talk about.
That's it.
Yes, and now we have to wait for season 3, where we will see Drew.
Season 3.
Sorry, episode 3.
Oh, I was like
season 15. We'll see. I can't wait
to
see Drew.
But when the Drew and her husband was at the house, it just seemed to me Drew didn't really show no really concern for those flowers. Do you remember?
Yeah.
She was hugging. When she walked in, she didn't go, oh, she didn't. She was like, used to this. She grabbed her child and all that and that, but it just, was she there away with her son? Or was she away by herself? Oh, she went to see her father. Right.
Currently in a nursing home.
He in a nursing home with Alzheimer's. Well, I wish her the best. And
yes.
It would have been touching if my dad don't know who I am. And then you hear me singing and you remember me. That is touching. And I could understand. I can feel that right now. Because I can't even imagine, even now, if my mother, God forbid, suffered some kind of loss and she didn't know me anymore, and then I play a song, she remembers me, that would bring tears to my eyes. So I can certainly remember, because I do have my mother alive with me, and I'm ever so grateful for that. So I you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I did understand what she felt.
I could understand why she would want to go back to music and get retouched with that.
Just the fact, because that's the part of her father. But it's not like she said, it's not that she haven't tried. It's just her life went in another path. But she made an album, and this is the time when they get on these TV reality shows.
Yeah.
They make it, baby, maybe one day you might be on a reality show.
Who knows?
Who knows, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I think that we covered. I think I'm just trying to figure, did I miss anything? Oh, I do want to talk about this briefly.
Okay.
When they were sitting at the table, I really, really respect Candy for calling Sonya out.
Okay.
I like that. because you ain't do it behind her back.
That is
You're
true.
like, we traveled together, so did you defend me? Did you take up for me?
Mm-hmm.
I like that. And not like she was eating her soup or whatever. Did you take up for me?
Yo, like,
She was like an OG. Like, I see you here, but did you take up for me? And she was like, so no, you didn't. But, okay. So don't come in my face with this, because I'm going to see it.
mm-hmm.
That's how I felt. I'm going to see it. So I know the game. You can't play me. So I thought we were cool.
Yeah.
But that is the truth. If we're close, don't talk about you in front of me. I'd be like, y'all can't talk about her in front of me because she's my friend. I will shut it down.
Yes.
But she kikied and laughed and fell back.
Yes.
And fell back.
Yes, she did fall
So
back.
I'm a little disappointed in Sonia because I thought Sonia would bring a more higher class to it. But as always, you get caught up in it and you'll do anything for camera time. I don't know. So anyway, what can I say? I don't know. It was interesting, and I'm eager to see how fiery and is this going to get.
It was a nice start to the season.
It was a nice start. It started out fiery.
Oh,
so
yes,
I
most
really
definitely.
I did like that. So with that being said, we got anything else to say?
No, we
baby?
do
Come on.
not.
You enjoyed the series?
Oh, yes, I did.
So watch us, because later on I'm gonna put up, what was it?
Summer House.
Summer House. I
Vineyard.
definitely want to do Summer House Vineyard. I want to do that, and I do want to do Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Yes.
I want to do the Kardashians because I want to see how their end or beginning is going to be. So
okay.
I want to watch to see for myself.
Oh my God, I'm actually going to be watching the Kardashians.
Yeah, I know. I haven't watched them in years, but I want to go back because of all the scrutiny. If they going down, I want to be on the boat and watch. If they coming up, I want to see how they did it. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Is that a bad thing to say?
Nope, you witnessed it for yourself.
I want to see it for myself because I know that their show is not doing as good as it should be.
Yes.
Now back to the other show, Summer House. I seen Summer House with the white folks. I want to see it with the black folks. So I'm definitely into this one because it is a little fun and it's a little lighthearted, but it's drama nevertheless.
Oh yes.
And this is a kicker for me. To see a house full of black folks in Martha Vineyard, I can't wait to see. I would like to see it. It lets you know everything is changing, and that there is no places left just for the white elites. Now we are everywhere, and I just want us to just bring out class when we come.
Yes,
so I want to see how this is with Martha Vineyard. So I'll be watching it, and if I don't like it, I probably won't follow it, but I will be following Atlanta. So please join us when we watch these 3 shows, right?
Yes.
And when Sister Wives, if that should return, I will be watching those. So those are my 3 shows that I'll be into if they come back this year. Some of them are already in, but we'll see. And with that being said, now you got to catch up on what our plans are. So we'll let you know. So we hope you have a wonderful day, and we hope you enjoy our commentary.
Yes.
Please thumb us up. Please, we're growing, and it's because of you. And we thank you so much for your support. We really, really, really appreciate it. Thumb us up, and of course, leave messages. You know, I'll try my best to answer anything or just to say, hey, thank you for supporting us. It means a lot. So what else can I say? Other than that, until we meet again, may your day be blessed. Deuces. No. Sunflowers.